Hello, everybody, and welcome to our second annual FlyPaper Summit. I'm Nick Fredricks, the CEO of FlyPaper Technologies, and I'd just like to thank you all for joining us here today. We'll get this kicked off with a brief history of FlyPaper and a little bit about what's been going on in our organization over the past year. Then I'm going to hand things off to Andrew, our marketing specialist, to talk a little bit about where you can interact with us virtually and physically. And then I will pass things off to our CTO, Dan Stevenson, who will have some quick updates on what our product offerings have been over the past year, and for him to announce our latest product. So FlyPaper, how did we get here? So FlyPaper Technologies all started with Sherlock, our first product. I was a BIM coordinator, and I was running out of time to do my job, and I was doing a lot of tasks that I felt like I could automate. So after work, I would go home and I would develop a piece of software, which later became Sherlock, to help me out in all of my BIM coordination tasks. The thing that I realized after a little while was that, nobody should be doing these manual tasks in Navisworks. So I brought the idea up to my employer at the time, Barton Mallow, to see if they would be willing to help me release Sherlock to the world and to allow other contractors to use this product. And luckily for me, the leadership of Barton Mallow is very innovation focused, and jointly we created what is now known today as FlyPaper Technologies, which is a separate company. Back then, FlyPaper was just myself. Since then, our team has grown a lot. So we have myself as the CEO and founder. We have Dan Stevenson, who is our CTO. We have Andrew Stone, who's our marketing manager. And we also have a partnership with a company called Encircle Tech. And through them, we work with three great engineers, Amit, Ajit, and Ankur. So what have we done over the last year as an organization? One thing that's changed as an organization is we no longer have our downtown office in Detroit. We used to be at a WeWork. That was our headquarters in Detroit, Michigan. And after the pandemic happened, we realized that, we work very well as a globally distributed team. Andrew is actually now based in Costa Rica, in San Jose. Dan and I are both based out of two different cities that are suburbs of Detroit, Michigan. And then our three other guys that work on the engineering team, they're all out of Pune, India. So we decided that, we're not going to ever, at least at this point in time, we're not going to go back to an office. We are going to remain a work from home and distributed team, because it's working out pretty well for us. Some updates on how the company's been doing as it pertains to Sherlock is Sherlock's been growing as it does every year. It's up to having grouped 200 million clashes at this point, and it's saved over 3,000 work days of BIM coordinator time across all of its usage. We now have 179 construction companies that use Sherlock, and those companies are distributed across 8 different countries. And our product last year that we announced, our daily Superintendent Daily application, which we just call Daily, has been growing as well. We now have 664 users of that tool, and it has generated over 23,000 daily reports across the 217 active projects that we currently have running through that platform. Another thing that we did as an organization last year is we launched a new training series that we are calling FlyPaper Academy. FlyPaper Academy is a collection of tips and tricks that are written as articles, as well as videos that we host on YouTube to help you work a little bit smarter and faster with our existing products. Each one of those articles and those videos kind of do a deep dive into a single little feature of our tools that kind of gives you a little bit of better information about how you can use that feature and become a power user of each one of our products. So you can check those out at our YouTube channel. You can search for FlyPaper Academy on that. There's a whole list of videos there for those, or you can check out the articles on our website at flypaper.com by going to the Academy section. So with that, I'm going to hand this over to Andrew, who's our marketing manager, and he's going to talk a little bit about where you can find us.
Thank you, Nick. Yeah, so I'm Andrew Stone. I'm the marketing manager for, specialist for Sherlock and Daily and all the other FlyPaper tools out there. So as for places you can find us, one of the places we'll be this year is at Autodesk. So Autodesk is virtual again this year, and we will be there from the 5th to 7th. So make sure if you're attending there, check out our booth. And then we're excited to announce we're going to be at LCI this year, which is in person, and it'll be our first in-person event since COVID hit. And yeah, so we'll be, if you're heading to Arizona, make sure to check us out. Besides that, we have a Discord server where you can get in touch with us as well. So our Discord server is where you can directly connect with our team and ask questions, throw out ideas, check out what announcements we have going on. So we're always on there. So, you know, if you can just hop onto that Discord server with the link right here, and you can go chat with any of us live if you ever have any questions or, you know, want to throw an idea at us. A few other places you can keep up with whatever's going on at FlyPaper is we have a FlyPaper news, which is just on our website, links right there. And we have articles pertaining to, you know, summits we're announcing, any updates we have to any of our platforms, anything we're doing, we'll throw up on there. So, you know, if you want to check it out, feel free to go right over that link and you can see everything FlyPaper. Besides that, we have all your favorite social media channels. So YouTube is a great place to check out some more of those Academy videos Nick mentioned earlier. You know, if you want to go to LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, we throw up updates there as well. We throw, you know, if we throw a new Academy video up, we'll put an update on there, a new events or whatever. That's the best place to keep in touch with us. So with that, I'll hand it off to Dan Stevenson, our CTO.
Hey, thanks, Andrew. So, hey, everyone, Dan Stevenson here. So we're just going to spend a few minutes talking about some of our product updates. All right, so let's talk about Sherlock first. So as you know, we continue to make progress on Sherlock. We've been able to bring forth 6 new features this year, 6 pretty meaningful features. Nick is going to spend some time talking about those in more detail in the actual Sherlock session that's up and coming. We were able to identify and resolve 5 pretty critical issues that in some cases were actually stopping people from doing their work. We were able to resolve those and get those patches out to our customers quickly. And throughout all of this, we addressed 92 support requests. And those support requests come in the form of questions or just needing some additional insight or pick our brains about things, different things like that. So we continue to refine our support process and just continue to engage with our customers better in that process. Same with Daily. Daily being the newcomer to our collection of tools, and we made it available, kind of publicly available in January. It's continued to expand its usage. So with that expansion of usage has come, a lot of people giving us feedback and just letting us know, hey, this doesn't quite make sense, or this doesn't quite work right. Lots of good feedback coming in from our customers, and we really appreciate that. So we've addressed more than 60 bugs of different ranges of severity. We introduced 40 new features. So some of those features are pretty small and simple, little subtle things that just make people's lives a little easier, to more powerful and more meaningful, bigger features that we'll go into more details about during our daily session a bit later. And through that entire process, as we continue to perfect our support capabilities, we addressed 68 support requests from our customers. Again, just like with the Sherlock, ranging in the form of just questions, needing some additional training, clarification on different things. So we're continuing to refine that process of support across all of our products, and we're always eager to hear what you guys have to say, any thoughts you guys have. And like Andrew was saying earlier, Discord is also a great place to get a hold of us too. So now for the big announcement, and that is PlanScan. PlanScan is our new tool. It's what we were working on it quite a bit last year, and we currently have it in a private beta. So what is PlanScan? PlanScan is a poll planning software. It's our thoughts behind it were we were going to create a poll planning software that both addressed the virtual space of poll planning as well as the physical aspects of traditional sticky note based poll planning, and also really do our best to address those issues that just exist with traditional sticky note based systems. One of the really cool benefits of having this hybrid type software where you have this physical aspect and this virtual aspect is we're always trying to keep everything succinct, the communication between what's happening in the physical meetings with what's being stored in our database on the virtual side. So one of the benefits of something like this is that we're able to give immediate deliverables of the poll planning session to individuals. So you had your activities, you had your constraints, you set your starts, your end dates, you get all this going, you're able to generate your stickies right away, you're able to generate 2-week look ahead reports immediately. And as you progress, you're able to do evaluations against your percent plan complete, your PPC reports and things like this. So these are types of things that are not so easy with traditional sticky note based poll planning, and sometimes it can be a bit lost even with the software solutions that exist. So we're working very hard to try to bridge that gap and make it possible to have both these types of poll planning session management happen. And one really cool feature that our PlanScan software offers is its integration with your master schedule. So right now we support something like P6, right? So you can take your larger schedule from P6, you can actually take that information and basically dump it right into PlanScan. From there, go into more details about the day-to-day, week-to-week types of activities that need to be done. And then once all that plan is in place, you can then export all that information from PlanScan and send it right back up to your P6 master schedule. PlanScan has we benefited very greatly from our relationship with Barton Mallow. Actually, PlanScan itself was born of an idea from someone at Barton Mallow named Param Mosievi. Param also identified just a number of issues with just traditional sticky note based poll planning sessions, especially the fact that sticky notes are written with multiple handwriting types, and it's very difficult to read that. The fact that you're always limited to being in that physical room in order to actually see what the current state of the plan is. All these different types of, and very difficult, very tedious to generate reports based on what's going on in the poll planning sessions. He had created a proof of concept that is really the foundation of the ideas that have now been turned into what we're calling PlanScan today. Currently, Barton Mallow is using PlanScan on a few projects and has continued to expand its use of it. We continue to learn quite a bit from the people that are using PlanScan on projects. We had a similar story with Daily. Daily very much was being tested on Barton Mallow projects for quite some time before we made it available, and we're doing the same thing with PlanScan. So we've learned a lot. We continue to address a number of issues, adding new features all the time, and we're really excited to be able to go into more details about that on our PlanScan session and dive into it and get you guys more familiar with what PlanScan actually is and how it can benefit you. Well, that brings us to the end of this part of our summit, this keynote, where we're just kind of just giving these introductions into like what we've been up to and all that. So here's some of the upcoming sessions that we're going to have. Here, starting in a few minutes, Nick will dive into Sherlock. We'll talk about what's new. He'll talk about the roadmap, and then we're going to open up a Q&A session for any of our attendees to either raise their hand using Zoom's controls, or just using the Q&A chat. You can ask questions that way too. That's fine. Shortly, directly after that, we're going to jump right into daily. I'm going to do the same thing as Nick's doing. I'm going to dive into what's new, go into more details about what we've actually been doing with daily, talk about the roadmap and what's up and coming, and again, have another Q&A session. Following that, we're going to have a 15-minute break, give everybody a chance to stretch their legs, get something to drink, do whatever you need to do. And then make sure you come back, because we're really excited to talk about PlanScan in more detail, our full planning software, let you know what it is and what direction we feel it's headed in. And again, we'll open up a Q&A session there too. And just like with last year's summit, we will conclude this summit with a fireside chat. It's just Nick and myself just talking about FlyPaper. We'll talk about our products. We'll talk about some lessons learned from last year, some ideas of what we're thinking we're going to do in the future, stuff like that. And then the results of our AirPod Pro giveaway. So real quick, what is this? Basically, hey, we've got a really cool set of AirPod Pros branded with FlyPaper branding. Super useful. If you don't have AirPod Pros, we all have them. We love them. We're using them right now. They're really great and they're really handy. So basically, anyone who has any questions or engages with us in the Q&A session, you're automatically going to be entered to win. So at the end of our summit, we will announce the giveaway. All right. With that, we're going to prepare for a minute or two to transition to the next slide and or next session, and see y'all in the next talk.